Yeah, the bad news is that you should have had your break already. The good news is after me you can have it. So hopefully we can get through this, because I'm very nervous. This is a radio person, right? So I'm used to radio. I've been with Jacaranda FM, as Michael said, for 20 years. Never thought I would be there that long, but you know, life happens. And one of those things that just happened that was very unscripted and was not part of the plan was Good Morning Angels, that I kind of fell into. A lot of people say, so when did you start Good Morning Angels? I didn't start Good Morning Angels. The radio station, Jacaranda FM's management at the time, were having this strategy meeting about how we can beat the competitor up the road. And they had this thing that they did every Christmas and that people were just talking about and loved. And they said, so what can we do? We have so many listeners. We have got advertisers who are our partners, because that is how the radio business works. We sell our airtime for money, and then people can listen to beautiful songs. How's that? So those are the things that we have, and then we have people on air. And at the time, we had a change of breakfast show, and I was asked to not only do the news, but also become more part as a character on the breakfast show with a guy called Kino Kammies, that nobody in Pretoria and our region actually knew, because he came from Cape Town. So that's the back end of it. Mr. Kammies wasn't big on the Good Morning Angels thing, so I said, I'll just do it. Let me do it. So what it entailed at the time was we created an email address, angels@jacarandafm.com. That's the easiest thing on earth to do. And invited requests. And it started. People started sending in stories. Now, radio is about the stories. It's about telling the stories. It's about reflecting our society back to itself, but also to take it forward, which is a lot like what artists do, right? They reflect society back at you and often shows you what's wrong, but also shows you how it could be or should be, or in which direction we should be going. So in short, that is how Good Morning Angel started. We didn't have a logo until about 6 years ago. So there it is. It's being updated at the moment. So that is the one that we're using at the moment and have been for the past 6 years. What happened was that every week I would get what we call a prep sheet. This is the recipient, this is the person who wrote in the request, and this is the sponsor, and this is what they're giving. And then we record this, we do a pre-recording, and then we just edit the presenter in a little bit so that it sounds like he was there as well, and we would go on air and play it out. And we could never, ever have anticipated the response to this that we got, because the talent in our art of radio came together in Good Morning Angels. It's our listeners. They came onto the radio station as characters, as real people that have a story to tell. Often a story of adversity, of difficulty, of things that happen to other people too, because it's relatable. So we had these incredible real life stories to tell on air, but we didn't only, and as a journalist this was great, for me it was a great change, we didn't only tell the story about what's wrong, we could also offer assistance and try and make it better. And our listeners' response to that is that for the past 14 years we've had Good Morning Angels on air every Wednesday without fail. We've never not had a sponsor. We've never not had a request. In fact, I get about between 100 and 200 requests a day from people on angels@jacarandafm.com. I can hardly get into a conversation with anybody without somebody telling me about somebody else they know that needs help. Because that's just what's going on in our country. And it has been for a long time, and I can't see it stopping. But and this is what I love about this conference in particular, is that people realize that they can actually make a difference. They can make a difference. It doesn't matter what you have, who you are. With what you have, you can make a difference. And at Jacaranda FM, we didn't do CSI or have any, this is a foreign concept. And as the years went on and the whole project and the program evolved, I started forging something more substantial so that we could have CSI as an actual part of our business and invite other businesses to come along on our journey and to be part of our Good Morning Angels. So the currency of goodwill is what I believe is what we are trading on in Good Morning Angels. And the thing with the currency of goodwill is we all have it. We're all born with it. Despite all our differences, despite your social standing, your religion, where you come from, your demographics, your geographics, it doesn't matter. Every human being that is born with the currency of goodwill. And what made it difficult initially for me to explain to the business people who, in radio, it's about ratings and revenue. You have to have the most listeners so that you can make the most money. To explain to them that the currency of goodwill can improve both of those without having anything to show you. And that's what makes radio a great medium to work on. And it is because you can create emotion. And you mustn't throw emotion away when it comes to business and the currency of goodwill. And business people would tell you, no, you have to work with your head. Yes, you have to. But the moment you work with your heart and you feel the emotion, then it becomes really, really valuable. So, case in point is the guy in that pink T-shirt. His name is Pat Moore. He's 49 years old. He lives in Dobsonville, Soweto, and by the laws of all logic, this man should not even be alive. He is HIV positive. He had lung cancer and survived it. That's why he's wearing his pink T-shirt. He's a lung cancer survivor. He has TB. Both his parents died before he was 18 years old. He, in fact, nursed them while they were busy dying at home in Dobsonville in a very small little house where he still lives. But there's Pat Moore. Pat looks after about 1,000 people. He is the local hospice. In his small yard that he has the 4-roomed house, the formal house, and then they have 5 informal structures where people live. 12 grown-ups and 6 children who have nowhere else to go, and Pat looks after them. But everybody else in the community who have ill people in their families, and if you have work, you go out and you do it, and there's nobody else to look after whoever's at home, Pat goes and he looks after them. That's what he does. And he doesn't have an income. He doesn't have a job. And then you ask yourself, you meet this man, how does he do it? He has no CSI budget. He has no budget at all. He only has the currency of goodwill.
Previously on Good Morning Angels.
This is the moment of Good Morning Angels that I always look forward to. But we know the wonderful work that you do and that there are so many people who have nobody else to look after them, and you're the person doing that for them.
I take care of the community, vulnerable kids and vulnerable adults, and then also people who are disabled.
So Pat, where do you get the money to look after all of these people? Because you also do this as a volunteer.
I don't get money anywhere. I put my faith in God, because God, I know that He can do something for me.
So you gave us a needs list, and we sent your list to True Wood Furniture.
6 beds, some kitchen cupboards, shelving, wardrobes, chest freezers, heaters, TV, radios, kettles, urns, and juicers.
So Pat, we've got a surprise for you, and it's coming up. Can you see it, Pat?
Yes.
It's a big truck, right?
Yes, it's a big truck.
And it's awful.
I don't know what it is. I was struggling a lot of years. I was just praying, God, hear my prayer. I don't know what I can say. I don't know what I can do. Really, I don't know.
You just keep doing what you're doing, Pat.
Good Morning Angels. Disaster.
So that is a snippet of Pat and what we went to do in Dobsonville on the morning, and we broadcast this live. We had it live streaming. People were watching it on Facebook Live. The angel that because we call them angels, right, our sponsors, is Jaco Storm. He is from True Wood Furniture. He came to see us and he said, okay, I have an advertising budget and I have some CSI money. Can we do something with this on Good Morning Angels? So they gave all of the things on Pat's wish list, and they spent some money on air to do an advertising campaign after the Good Morning Angels, because as a business decision, I, of course, told him this is a brilliant plan, and this is what we've been trying to create with our Good Morning Angels, to get some more business for the business, but also just to give the businesses who do good, to give them that extra platform, that added value. And they came back and said, this is some of the feedback that they had for us. We had many customers calling to say thank you for the generous donations. Customers were very emotional and touched and absolutely loved that we could help and give back, and that they also had a small role to play in it, because people don't always know how they can help. So it made them feel good that they bought a 35,000 Rand bed, and that some of that went to a good place. That's how people operate. The Currency of Goodwill, engagement and reach spiked on our website and on all our social media platforms. So you want something tangible, right? That spike, that was the Good Morning Angels. So for the business to be able to show them that this is how many people engaged with your brand on that morning because you were on Good Morning Angels, then obviously it has to leave something. It creates that emotional connection to your brand that you didn't have through your normal marketing campaign and the things that you've been doing, your advertising. So, Currency of Goodwill, Ed Sheeran. Now, this guy has a lot of money. He works very hard. He's on a world tour. I think that photo was in Reykjavik last week. Of course, he was in South Africa earlier this year. And he has so much goodwill, because when we had a request for somebody to meet Mr. Ed Sheeran when he was here, he did it. And he gave of his time, which to him is his most precious commodity. All the other things are covered, but he gave of his time, and he gave of his generosity to Layla Durr, who's a 15-year-old girl. She has an illness that is not curable. It's a neurological disease, so she could always walk. She used to be a dancer. She's in a wheelchair now, and things will just go, from bad to worse. But her dream was to meet Mr. Sheeran. Maar jy gaan vir Ed Sheeran sien vanaand.
Ja.
Vertel ons daarvan.
Ons het die oggend wat die kaartjies oopgemaak het ons reg gesit en toe vat dit amper die hele dag. Maar ons het die kaartjies gekry.
So jy gaan vanaand kyk.
Ja.
Okay. En het jy vir Ed gevra of jy hom kan ontmoet?
Nee.
Wel, Chanel hulle van Reach for a Dream het vir Good Morning Angels gevra of ons daar kan help, want jy sien ons is mos van 'n radiostasie Jacaranda FM. So en toe vra hulle vir ons, maar is dit enigstens moontlik? So die ding is, hy kan nie vanaand nie.
Ja.
Hy kan nie vanaand nie. Ongelukkig nie. Maar hy wil hê jy moet môre terugkom en hy wil jou môre ontmoet.
Rarig. Rarig. Rarig.
So not only did she get to meet Mr. Ed Sheeran, she had him on his knees. It is amazing, and it's a privilege to see things like this and to feel that and to be able to share that with our listeners. And that's why it's so popular. People say, oh, you make us cry. But you feel good after it. I mean, we know it's a good cry. It's a warm, fuzzy cry. It's like, you could do something that nobody else could do. And for us to not do these kinds of things, we would not be doing our part. Radio is an exceptional medium because it's a one-on-one medium. So you don't talk to a lot of people. You talk to one person listening to you. It's very intimate. It also allows the theater of the mind, so you can color in that picture any way you want. And it forces you to work with your emotions and to feel. And that, where it comes into business, is if you had that experience with somebody, you feel so much closer to them. And if people have that experience and that feeling towards your brand, can you imagine how amazing that would be for your brand? So we have to use our brand. We have to use it. And we do it every week, but we have to do Mandela Day also. And we decided we needed to do something huge and big. It was 10 years of Mandela Day this year. And the bosses were saying, let's do something that's really sustainable. I said, let's fix children's hearts. We tugged a bit about it. There was a tug of war. And we started the campaign.
Jacaranda FM cares. Good morning, angels.
Hi, I'm Alicia. This is my son Zane.
My name is Carmen Brown and this is Leighton Brown. He is 2 years of age and we are successful candidates from the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital.
Just being here, it's a helping hand that we didn't expect, and they've changed our lives.
Jacaranda FM cares.
So this was, we did about 3 or 4 videos like this on Instagram, just to let people know that on Thursday, the 18th, we would be at the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital. This is our cause, but we told them nothing more than that. Our mission was to fix 10 hearts, because through the Boikanyo Fund at the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital, it costs around about 40,000 Rand in actual cash. Then you can fix a child's heart. It's nothing. We wanted to do 10.
Jacaranda FM's Breakfast with Martin Bester.
We are here at the Nelson Mandela Children's Hospital in downtown Johannesburg, and this morning we're going to attempt to fix 10 children's hearts.
Can you hear me? SOS.
My child Ntlotlambule is here right now. He is 9 months old.
9 months old.
Yeah. His heart had holes.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Now tell me what's happening today.
His heart surgery went well. So today I'm leaving and I'm opening a door for other kids to come.
That's amazing. That is beautiful.
I can feel your love pulling me up from the underground.
Martin, soos jy weet, ons het die Spa Women's Challenge in Tshwane en van elke vrou wat daai dag kom stap, wil ons graag 100,000 rand skenk vandag, wat hopelik 2 hartjies is en dalk nog accessories en alles. So
Incredible.
We have 120,000.
Oh wow. Martin start laying it down.
Namens Kagiso Holdings, Kagiso Media, wil ons ook graag een kind se lewe verander en ook nog 'n bydrae maak. Thanks guys. Thank you so much.
Well, we've reached our target, Professor. Wow. Must we go home now? What?
Now there's a lot of kids to go through in South Africa.
We'll stay. We started on 10 as a target, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. 29 kids. Yeah. Good morning, angels. We'll do kid number 30. There we go. Yes. Happy Nelson Mandela Day 2019.
Martin. Dit word met groot harte waardeer vir wat julle mense en die ander mense aan die buitekant doen. Baie dankie mense. Baie dankie.
Jacaranda FM.
At the end of the day, that was in 3 hours on radio. At the end of the day, it was 40 hearts. So we were able to raise 1.8 million Rand on that day to fix children's hearts. If that doesn't make you feel good, then I don't know. And all of those companies that worked with us, I have not worked with a company who didn't come back for a next time because it worked for them. The currency of goodwill that they earned for that was so much greater than the actual work that they did. I have to leave now, so I'm not going to play this last slide. Can we just skip to, you can be an angel too. So we're open for business. Anybody who has some CSI cash, email works best. And we would love to work with you and attach your brand to something that is more than just about money. It's about a higher purpose and changing lives and really making a difference in our country. And we do it every Wednesday. Okay. Thank you very much.